armchair.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Welcome to October, boys and girls, here on Braves Country Radio. You're listening live as we march closer to crowning a champion. I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside and get ready for what should be a great day in baseball. We'll go over the lineups as the game goes on. Make sure to like and subscribe and become a member today. Jump in the chat. Tell us where you hail from, as roll call is on the way. Buckle up, boys and girls. It's time for pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call of baseball.
Get this bus moving.
Stop.
Come back.
Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
Good afternoon, y'all. Caribbean Series baseball on the way. Good to see you, Steve-O, James Fisher, Uncle Charlie, Daniel Barry, DB in the house. I'm sure other folks will be coming in as we bring this to you. So what we have today is Puerto Rico versus the Dominican Republic. They each won their opening game yesterday. They'll all be fighting for seeding for the championship, the semifinals, which will be on Friday. Turn this down just a little bit. And we're just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of the Caribbean Series. Dominican Republic wearing their white pinstripes, blue lettering, red outline, blue ball cap, top to bottom. Almost if the New York Yankees had Dodger blue colors. Puerto Rico is wearing a dark blue jersey. Puerto Rico across the front in white line, outlined in red. Both countries with red, white, and blue as their color coordination. Here we go. Yes, sir. It is baseball time in the Caribbean Series. That first pitch is showed for a bunt, fouls it back for a strike. It's 0-1. We'll introduce the lineups as we go through this game. Abreu is at the plate, and lefty-righty matchup. The 0-1 is swung on and fouled off, sawed off down the line. It's 0-2. Beautiful sunshiny day here in Mexico, which is where they are playing the Caribbean Series. Remember, originally it's supposed to be in Venezuela as the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, lifted. High into center field. Should be underneath it. They will be. And Dominican Republic records the first out. 1 up, 1 down here in the first inning. They were late getting the lineups out, so we'll go over them as we go along, as we get caught up here a little bit. First pitch on the way is outside wide. Misses. It's 1-0. They've already lost the feed. I'm not sure what's going on here. The two knuckleheads in the studio went straight to talking, so we'll have to wait for it to reappear. Not sure what they're doing. As they do that, we'll go ahead and bring the scoreboard on. I'll try to get that lined up for you. 0-0 your score. Reconfigure the screen here so you can see everything just a little bit better. So 0-0 your score. Not really sure why they quit showing the game. Now we're back to the action. 2 down. And first pitch on the way. Lefty-righty matchups. Swung on and sawed off, foul, out of play. It's 0-1. Nelson Velazquez, the designated hitter, the batter. Pitcher on the bump for the DR is Romero. Here's the pitch, swung on and lifted out to center field. And that's going to get down for a base hit. And Puerto Rico with 1 on and 2 out. Good hard hit ball out to center field, and kind of figured we might get a little dicey coverage in this series. I don't know why those guys went to studio and talked like they were held a podcast. Here's the pitch, lefty-lefty matchup. Slider inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Castro at the plate. Right fielder for Puerto Rico. The 1-0, 1 on, 2 out. Here's the pitch. Right down the pipe for a strike. 0-0 your score. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Pitch on the way from Romero is up top, slider misses. About 81 miles an hour, ball 3-3. Both these clubs are trying to get their guys stretched out and ready, and this kind of gives them a head start as that pitch is outside wide, ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. So 2 on, 2 out. First and second, 2 outs. 0-0 your score here in the top of the first inning. Dominican Republic versus Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is at bat. We're just getting going here in the first inning. Here's the pitch. Just outside wide. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Rivera at the plate, the third baseman for Puerto Rico. Manuel Rivera. As we get later in the game, we'll kind of give you an idea where all these guys play at. Right now we're trying to get our feet under us because the broadcast is a little choppy at best. That pitch is swung on and fouled back. Tomorrow night we've got a game at 8 o'clock, and then the rest of the week the games are 3 o'clock, and then on Friday it's a doubleheader. It's the semifinals. Saturday night is the championship game at 8 o'clock. 1-1 pitch is swung on and fouled straight back. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Puerto Rico nothing. The DR nothing. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Infield back and to the left. Romero looks in, his 17th pitch of the inning, and brings it high and out of the zone. Good grab there. The top of the zone. Keep that ball from going to the backstop by De La Cruz, the hind catcher. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Romero brings it. Swing, rifles it, foul and out of play. We'll do it again. Two on, 2 out. Deuces wild here in the top of the first inning. Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico scoreless. Fighting off pitch after pitch. This is the 19th pitch of the inning, and the pitch is swung on and lifted high and deep into right field, bending just out of play into the right field corner. As the stands here kind of jet out, making it very close quarters down the line. The 2-2. Here's the pitch, swing, lifts it, high and deep into right field, drifting underneath it, and that'll make the catch. F9 your scorecard, and that'll end the inning. So the Dominican Republic, they'll grab the bats when we return. 0-0 your score, heading to the bottom of the first. Hey Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Whenever you went into Atlanta, you knew you were going to play the Braves, but you knew you had to deal with Chipper Jones every night.
A dangerous hitter in any situation.
Anytime you got an opportunity to face him, you know you better step your game up and bring your A game. Any little mistake, he makes you pay for it.
Goodbye, home run. Chipper Jones has got 2 on the night.
He's that guy that can just wake up, roll out of bed, walk out on the baseball field and hit 3 doubles.
That ball was crushed.
It just seems to come really easy for him.
Chipper Jones has posted some amazing numbers in his lifetime, and he did so from both sides of the plate.
Chipper Jones is one of the great switch hitters ever to play this game.
Jones, a switch hitter, has one of the most beautiful swings in baseball.
When he broke in, he reminded me of one guy, Mickey Mantle. Very intelligent hitter.
It's the same guy, both sides of the plate. Exactly the same guy. It was amazing.
That's why Chipper Jones is an MVP, can do it from both sides of the plate.
Got 30 home runs and 100 RBIs. Does a year in, a year out.
Chipper's got his eye on the ball the whole way.
Finds a way to get on that ball day in and day out.
He gets great power with a compact swing. That's what makes him special.
He's been Mr. Consistent. He's been the face of our franchise.
He was the overall #1 draft pick in 1990, and starting with his rookie season 5 years later, he played a huge role in the Braves' success.
The team of the 90s has its world championship.
Jones has won a batting title and an MVP award. His 11 postseason appearances are the most of anyone on our list.
Chipper Jones is the greatest Atlanta Brave player of all time.
There's a handful of guys in the game that you can look at them and tell that they were made to play baseball. He's one of them.
Welcome back. 0-0 your score. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is a sinker just below the knees. It's 1-0. Thompson on the bump. Nunez at the plate. Here's the pitch. Drops in 81 mile an hour. Looked like the change just off the plate. It's ball 2, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Darryl Thompson kicks and fires. Right there, smacks the black on the outer edge sinker. It's 2-1. Standing on deck is Gonzalez. Brito is in the hole. If they get the line moving, Lake. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. It's 2-2. Game 1 of a doubleheader today. We're just bringing you the one game. We don't have confidence they're going to be able to bring you the second game. So we're picking the broadcast that we know that we can bring to you. The 2-2. Swing, rips it foul. Do it again, 2-2. Infield is shaded to the right, outfield deep and fairly straight away. Nunez digs in, the second baseman, the leadoff batter for the Dominican Republic. And the 2-2 pitch just misses high, 89 mile an hour. Looked like that's his four-seamer. Full count. The payoff pitch, swing, fouls that one off, and we'll do it again. So Nunez, if nothing else, is making the pitcher work this first inning. Remember, these pitch counts will be fairly low for the starting pitchers and for all pitchers in this game. You're just getting stretched out a little more than you would see in a spring training game, as the Caribbean leagues have been in full swing for a while. The payoff pitch, swing, slices it down the line. If it's fair, it's trouble. It will just kick foul. We'll do it again. Very close to extra bases there for Nunez. Gonzalez stands on deck. Payoff pitch, swing! That ball's ripped into center field and down for a base hit. And that'll get things going for the Dominican Republic. 1 on, nobody out here in the first inning. Good hard hit ball, right back over the mound. Righty-righty matchup as Gonzalez comes to the plate, the shortstop for the Dominican. Takes the first pitch, 88 miles an hour, right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Turns and fires over to first, tries to catch Nunez napping. Good pickoff move, just didn't get him in time. As the 0-1 pitch is off the plate, ball 1, 1-1 your count. Thompson comes set, brings it, swing and a miss. Just out in front of that one, 1-2. Looked like the sinker. So a 1-2 count. Runner at first. Puerto Rico trying to induce the double play here. 1-2. Swing, slaps it down the line. Is it fair? It is a foul ball. No, that was a line drive catch. My mistake's a little hard to see through the netting. Line drive catch, and they tried to double up the runner at first, and he got back just in time. Looking at it once again, I mean, looking at that replay, that is close. I don't know if they have replay in this league. I think they do. May want to take a look at it. It's extremely close, though it doesn't look like they're going to take a look at it. He might have stepped on his hand, and if he did, then that proves that he was safe. The only way to get that hand stepped on is if your hand was on the bag before the foot. Appears to be okay. Nunez in good spirits at first. Here's the first pitch on the way. Up top, called for a high strike. It's 0-1. Brito, the batter, the right fielder for the Dominican Republic. The 0-1 misses high, 1-1. Thompson's going to flip it over to first real quick to keep Nunez close by. (1-1) turns around and steps off the bump. Don't believe they have the same rules in Major League Baseball has, so you may see quite a bit of offerings over there to first. And I've yet to see a clock anywhere to speed up the gameplay, so this is more old school. 1-1 pitch. Runner goes. Here comes the throw down to second base, and the ball bounces to the outfield and going all the way around to third base, where he will stand up with a stolen base and an E2 on the play. There's Nunez, and he's in scoring position 90 feet away with only one out. Bad throw there by Vasquez. Took kind of an early hop. As Long tried to block it from going to the outfield, but it took a high hop. So a 2-1 count. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on that one, 2-2. Kind of glad we get these preseason games. I got to shake the rust off of me as well. I haven't called a baseball game. I've been doing football, and it's just not the same thing. You got to get your bearings into you both ways. The 2-2. High and out of the zone. They're going to look down to third, but runner gets back with these. No one really holding him over at third. As the infield is now drawn in, and the outfield, I would say, is a touch in. Not what you would consider shallow, but definitely not playing deep. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Saws it off foul. Just a touch in from what you would call regular depth for the outfield. 2-2 once again. Thompson, by the way, he's at 18 pitches. And this is only one out here in the first inning. Good to see Peta and Chop Shop and Charlie all here in the chat. Pitch on the way, swing, fouls it away. We'll do it again. Iron Lung. Hey, Iron Lung's got his name back. I guess they, correct me if I'm wrong, but they never changed that. I guess everybody has to just go and create emails. It's such a dopey thing they did. The 2-2, down and in, misses. They had it wrong on the screen. That's actually, I thought that was ball 4. It is ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. So that'll bring Lake to the plate. Center fielder for the Dominican Republic. Righty-righty matchup, runners on the corners, 1 out. Puerto Rico in double play depth. Here's the first pitch. Swing, rips it over to the left side. That ball's going to get through the hole. That's through for a base hit. It's 1-0 your score. Hard hit ball. A little bit of a worm burner to the left side, but in between short and third. And Dominican Republic with a 1-run lead. If you're wondering, the Dominican Republic was the favorite in this game, and the over-under was 9.5. Welcome in, Ocean View. It's a shame the way they have these lineups set up. I'm going to have to bring up something during one of the breaks, see if I can find it. But you can't do it like you normally do it with these baseball games and click on the name and find out their information. They don't have it set up that way. This David Thompson, man, he looks like he's about 50 years old. he might have played with Satchel Paige. I mean, he's got a gray beard and all. First pitch on the way is a curveball up top, misses high. It's 1-0. I guess you got lucky, Charlie, because that winter storm knocked out a lot of power throughout the South. And the state of Tennessee still dealing with it. The 1-0 pitch, swing, lifts it high and deep into right center field, drifting back and dropping the ball, or misplaying the ball, and that's going to get down. 1 run will score. It's 2-0 Dominican Republic. You'll have runners at second and third and 1 out. Take another look at that. Yes, James, the Braves Fest was canceled. The ball was hit, and I think it might have hit his glove. It's really difficult. They've got a netting, almost like it. Oh, no, it dropped in front of him. All right, I'm finally seeing it for the first time. They have a netting, and the ball disappears behind the netting just as the camera pans to it. But it looks like he just misplayed it out there in center field and hopped in front of him. See how they do give it an air, even though he technically didn't touch the ball until after it hit. So 2-0 your score. Here's the pitch. Swing, lifts it high into center field, drifting back, raking the running catch this time. Diving catch out there in center is Vargas. He'll fire it into the infield, but another run will score. 3-0 your score. And Thompson on the ropes. He's already thrown 26 pitches in this inning. Wonder how much longer he's got. Vargas had to lay out for that pitch. First pitch on the way, runner at second and 2 outs. And the curveball misses high, it's 1-0. Dominican Republic 3, Puerto Rico 0. Puerto Rico did have their opportunity in the first inning but couldn't come through. Here's the 1-0. That curveball hit the zone. I don't know what Blue's looking at there. Ball 2-2. 2-0 count. Brings it. Drops a change just off the plate. Ball 3-3-0. Really getting squeezed there. Here's the pitch inside. Ball 4-4-0. So a 4-pitch walk. Good to see you, Gary. And real quick, out of the dugout now comes the skipper for Puerto Rico. He's seen enough. It's 3-0. 2 on, 2 outs, and he's going to hit the showers. We'll be back in a flash and introduce the new pitcher when we return. Puerto Rico trying to keep the Dominican Republic right there here in the first inning.
It's funny when people are like, oh my God, your kids look just alike. Well, yeah, that's what happens when they have the same dad.
I want to be a gym rat so bad. I want to be in the gym. I want to be waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning with the girlies. I want to stop for iced matcha on the way back home. I want to be like, oh, what did you eat today? Yes, we just ate some avocado toast with some, I don't know, whatever y'all put on avocado toast. But I think I'm more closely related to the pantry rat. Because them snacks, me and him, they be talking to me like that snake did Harry Potter. I don't want to be in the pantry. There's nothing for me here. It almost seems like there's a mousetrap or something up in there. I got to be like a cuppa rat or something. Because at this point, I'll take that rat that was Ratatouille. I'll take that right now. Because at least I know I'm going to get some good healthy meals out of it. If you know healthy food and snack options for a vegetarian, hit me up.
So it's easy to woof when you know you ain't going to have to see him. You know what I mean? I'll see you at 3 o'clock, flagpole. Knowing your mama picking you up at 2:45.
Wanker. Yeah, the word wanker has been around for donkey's years. Nobody knows the origins of it or when it started, but the probability is it started in a Commonwealth country, possibly England, and but it wasn't first written down in any writings till at least 1950, but we do know it's been around since before then. Good word, wanker.
Those Royal Rooters at Fenway are the foundation of Red Sox Nation today. In fact, their adopted song, Tessie, has been performed at Fenway by the Dropkick Murphys, one of many bands to showcase their music at the park.
We've had many great concerts at Fenway, the first being Bruce Springsteen, but we've had Rolling Stones kick off a world tour. We've had Jimmy Buffett, Aerosmith, the Dave Matthews Band. You know, we've had major acts here that have been very well received and have made coming to Fenway fun for a different reason besides baseball.
Welcome back. Three 0 your score. The Dominican Republic leads Puerto Rico. We're here in the bottom of the first, 2 on, 2 out. Franchi Cordero will come to the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup. Morales, the relief pitcher, and the first pitch is a swing, and he loses control of the bat and dribbles it out wide. It's 0-1. That bat went flying all the way out to second base. As Long picks it up. Hands it back. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nasty curve off the plate. 0-2. The 0-2. Runner goes swing and a miss. Strike 3. Both runners were going a double steal, but that'll end the inning. But not before the Dominican Republic put 3 on the board. We'll be back in a flash. Middle of the order due up for Puerto Rico. Try to get back in this one heading to the second.
Hey, Bobby, look, I'm American. I think I'll use my credit card. Do you guys have anything non-dairy? Anything gluten-free.
Bar, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full, 1 for the master, 1 for the dame, 1 for the little boy who lived down the lane. Another children's nursery rhyme that has a kind of dark origin, and it was all about a wool tax that was brought in by King Edward I in the 1200s in the UK, and a third of each bag of wool would have to go to the king as a tax. Black sheep bit came in when a black sheep's fleece was seen as bad luck because you couldn't do much with it. It's probably given to the poor people or the little boy who lived down the lane to make clothing or whatever from, but you couldn't dye it or anything, so you couldn't sell it to industry to be used in that way.
This is an easy one. October, the New York Giants will win more games than the New York Mets.
Excuse me?
In October, the New York Giants will win more games than the New York Mets.
Boston is a beautiful city, historic, charming, brimming with pride. And at the heart of it all is a slice of Americana that has stood the test of time.
Fenway Park, it transcends baseball. It looks the way it's always looked. It is where it has always been. And it is a source of continuity for people throughout generations.
In the early days, this century-old landmark seemed to be the perfect good luck charm for baseball in Boston. In 1912, the Red Sox won their first World Series at Fenway. 2 years later, the Boston Braves, who borrowed the park for the Fall Classic, got to celebrate as well. But it was the Sox, winning 4 titles in 7 years, who dominated.
They were, you could say, the Yankees the first 2 decades of Major League Baseball. They were the dominant team. They had everything, and they had a particularly good left-handed pitcher.
Now here's an up-and-coming young player. The name is Ruth, George Herman Ruth.
Welcome back. 3-0 your score. Dominican Republic, 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors. Puerto Rico, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error. And Puerto Rico will go back to work at the plate and try to get back in this one. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is right down the pipe for a strike. It's on 1. Romero back out there for a second inning of work. The 0-1, swing and a miss at the slider off the plate, couldn't hold up, tried to hold up. The 0-2, Romero working quickly, misses with the slider, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, went with another bender, outside wide, 2-2. 2-2, misses wide, ball 3-3-2. So good patient at bat here by Long after swinging at a pitch on the second pitch that was well off the plate. He's run the pitch full. The payoff. Swing, chops it foul down the line. Down the first base line. We'll do it again, full count. Pitch on the way, swing, chops it over to second. Should be an easy 4-3 put out. It is. Nunez to Adames, 1 away. Game 2 of our broadcast in this Caribbean series be tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And then Wednesday, we come your way once again at 3 o'clock Eastern. Thursday, 3 o'clock Eastern. Doubleheader on Friday at 3 and 8 p.m. First pitch from Romero. Out to Lopez is outside wide for a ball, 1-0. Jack Lopez, lefty-righty matchup. The 1-0 pops it up. Back behind home plate. De La Cruz, behind catcher's underneath it. He'll flip the mask. Pop out the glove, make the catch, and there's quickly 2 down. The cancellation, I understood Y'all are talking about the cancellation. What drove me nuts is that they waited as long as they did. First pitch on the way outside wide. It's 1-0. The 1-0 swing lifts it high and deep into right center field, drifting back, making the running catch out there is Lake, and that'll end the inning. So Puerto Rico goes down 1-2-3. We'll be back in a flash. 3-0 your score here in the Caribbean Series.
Y'all skinny fellas better enjoy y'all's hot boy summer, because in a couple months it's going to be fat boy fall, and these women don't want to cuddle up with a TV remote.
We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. You drop a pass, you run a mile. You miss a blocking assignment, you run a mile. You fumble the football, and I will break my foot off in your hind parts. And then you will run a mile.
Number 5.
Mickey Cochran was a fine all-around catcher.
He was known as a splendid receiver, strong-armed, and extremely tough.
Not only is Mickey a grand backstop, but Connie Mack has him up here near the head of the batting order because Mickey is one of the most scientific hitters on the club.
Cochran could hit, Cochran could run, and he could do both well enough to hit third in the batting order, which was without precedent at that time.
Number 3, Mickey Cochran, the hittingest catcher in baseball.
A career batting average of .320 and a career on-base percentage of .419. And each of those figures is the highest in the history of baseball for anybody who's caught 1,000 or more games in their career.
Mickey was a Hall of Famer, a 2-time MVP, and a winner.
An inspirational leader, he sparked the Philadelphia A's and the Detroit Tigers to pennants.
He was the driving force in 3 Philadelphia Athletic pennant winners, 29, 30, 31.
Then he went to the Tigers and led them to 2 pennants as their player manager in 1934-35.
Here's the base hit by Mickey Cochran that knocked in the winning run in the 6th game and gave the Tigers the World Championship.
So from 1929 to 35, he led teams to 5 World Series.
Unfortunately, after just 13 seasons, Mickey's playing days came to an abrupt end.
He was accidentally hit in the head at Yankee Stadium, and that ended his career. But while he was in the prime of that career, there were none better behind the plate than Cochran.
I heard that corduroy pillows are trending. They're really making headlines.
Welcome back. Three to nothing your score. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the DR. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for Puerto Rico. Dominican Republic will grab the bats and go back to work. Righty-lefty matchup in the first pitch on the way. It swung on and roasted through the infield, and that's going to be through for a base hit, and the ball's going to go off the glove of the center fielder Fargas once again, and that'll be his 2nd error of the game as they're going to turn that into 2 bases. It'll be a single and an error as Hernandez hustles down to second base. So already 2 errors for Puerto Rico, and both of them, the center fielder, Fargas. First pitch on the way is swung on and popped up. Leadoff batter Nunez biting and drifting over there by deep in the third base foul territory, making the running catch is Rivera, the third baseman, F5 in your scorecard, 1 away. It's going to be hard to beat this Dominican Republic team. Puerto Rico keeps giving them extra bases. They would be the odds-on favorite to win this Caribbean Series. Puerto Rico's got a good team, as does Mexico. We'll see them tomorrow night. So 1 down. First pitch on the way to Gonzalez. Righty-righty matchup is 91 right down the pipe. It's 1-0. LeBron, the right-hander, is in, taking over for Morales, who relieved Thompson in the first inning. The 0-1 pitch. Drops a cut. They're calling that a cutter. That's not a cutter. 77 miles an hour. Outside wide. 1-1. If that's a cutter, I'll eat my hat. That looked like a slow slider at best. One. Drops it up top. That same slider. This time it grabs the zone 1 and 2. So a 1-2 count. Comes set. And the pitch. 91 miles an hour. That is the cutter. 2-2. They're putting the same mark up there on two different pitches. One's coming in at 77, the other one 91. And whoever's running the production is just guessing and saying, looks like a cutter to me. The 2-2 count. It's going to be interesting to see how this season unfolds in Major League Baseball as the 2-2 pitch is swatted foul into the stands. If you missed the news, it's about 8 teams, I think is the last count. 8 teams that do not have a television package right now, a television partner. Atlanta Braves being one of them. Is the 2-2. Swing, slices it down the right field line, and that's going to get into the corner. That's through for a base hit, and that will score a run. The Dominican Republic take a 4-0 lead. RBI double. By Gonzalez, and that'll bring Abreu to the plate. New York Yankees. So worst case scenario, all the teams will get picked up if you're wondering about that. They will get picked up. Worst case scenario, Major League Baseball will take over. But this has been unfolding for the last few months. And we've been keeping tabs on it. And the short of it is FanDuel Sports Network has gone under. And this has nothing to do with the FanDuel Sportsbook. This is a different entity. So they have gone under, and all the teams decided to go ahead and opt out. It's also going to mess up as the 1-0 pitch misses high 2-0. So if you've ever noticed this, a lot of your regional sports networks like FanDuel and other ones used to be Bally's and whatnot. They used to all be under one umbrella depending on where you live. So for instance, is the 2-0 pitch just below the knees. Looked like that slider grabbed the zone, did not get the call. Ball 3-0. So Brito trying to work his way aboard for a second walk. He worked a 5-pitch walk his first time up. The 3-0 pitch right there up top for a strike. 91 mile an hour fastball. It's 3-1. So give you an example. If you live in, we'll just say Middle Tennessee, and you're catching the Braves on the FanDuel Sports Network, you're also getting your Nashville Predator hockey on that network, and you normally get a basketball team as well as a 3-1 pitch. Misses high, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. First and second, 1 out. And so you would have your basketball, your hockey, and your baseball team all together. The basketball team is probably going to be like the Memphis Grizzlies. But when that goes under, the baseball team is actually in the best position right now because they'll get it figured out before opening day and go to work and at the end of the season, they'll start looking for a television partner, et cetera, et cetera. But the basketball and hockey team, they're in the middle of their season right now. As they march towards the playoffs, they may just not have anyone to carry them. And that's going to be a nightmare. First pitch on the way, swing, lifts it. High and deep into center field, drifting back on the track, making the catch out there. This time is Vargas. He'll fire back into the infield. Runner at second moves up to third. And there are 2 outs. You got runners on the corner for the Dominican. Nine inches of snow, Gary. Where are you at? Vargas has had himself some issues out there already with 2 errors today, but that was a good catch running back to the wall just before the warning track, maybe 3 feet in front of the wall. That'll bring Adames to the plate. First pitch on the way. Misses high for a ball. It's 1-0. Kicks and fires, swing, chops it back up the middle, scoops it, and steps on second base. That's the shortstop for the Puerto Rican national team, Lopez, and that'll end the inning. But up before Dominican Republic put one more on the board. It's 4-0. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR.
All right, so Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne Johnson, you know, the guy that plays the same character in every movie, decided to take it upon themselves to ask you for your money to donate to their fundraiser. These motherfuckers are worth millions, if not billions, but they're asking you for your money. Gas prices everywhere. Rent is crazy. We got a corrupt system.
Wait, why are we doing minute 30 per draft pick?
That's literally what we've always done.
I mean, personally, if it was up to me, Kamish, I would do 30 seconds per pick. But clearly some people didn't come prepared today. In the first round, reach, am I right? Like,
bro, that's where he's projected.
Who cares about where he's projected, bro? You're gonna let somebody tell you where to draft someone? Like,
what?
Are you a sheep?
Prior to the '88 draft, Tommy Lasorda tried to stir up some interest in a lightly regarded prospect who was a family friend.
I got 5 of my friends who were connected with baseball team to go out and see him play. And 5 of them called me back and said he can't do anything. So that's when I decided we'll draft him.
But even then, the Dodgers didn't take Mike Piazza until the 62nd round.
I think people were a little suspicious. They thought, Tommy's throwing a bone to a kid. He'll be here for a year. He'll be here for 2, and then he'll disappear.
All of a sudden, this rookie hits 35 homers, knocks in 112 runs, and bats .318.
And that was just the beginning. In 1997, Mike had the greatest season ever by a catcher.
Let's see where that ball was. Over his head. Look where it went. Check his bat. Check his forearms.
He became one of the most feared hitters in baseball.
In my opinion, the best offensive catcher to ever play the game. He was extremely strong in his forearm and wrist and literally could flick the ball over the wall.
That baseball.
What's for dinner? Hey, chef, what's for dinner?
Gary, you said you're from a small town called York. I'm assuming that's Old York, because I know where New York is. First pitch on the way was a swing and a strike. It's 0-1, the 0-1 lefty-righty matchup. Swing! Pulls the string on that one, 0-2. Vargas, the center fielder, who already has 2 errors to his name, stands at the plate. The 0-2 pitch, pops it up, high into center field. Should be an easy F8 in your scorecard. Lake is there. He'll make the catch. 1 away. I had, for lunch, I had chicken salad sandwich. You ever going through the fridge and you're like, uh-oh, better eat that. That thing's about to expire. That's where we're at. So guess what? Guess what's for dinner tonight, too? It'll be the same thing. 1-0 count. Right there at the knees. Ball 2-0. Oh, he called that a strike. Okay, 1-1. 1-1. That one hits the zone, does not get the call. 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Pitch on the way, comebacker to the mound. And Ramirez got it, flips it to Morales. 2 down. 1-3 in your scorecard. First pitch on the way is a slider in the dirt. This is for a ball, 1-0. What's really going to be interesting, is the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, pops it up. High in the sky into center field, drifting back, going back up against the wall. He'll misplay that one off the wall, and Puerto Rico should have a man standing at second. He's going to motor down to third, and that will be a triple as the center fielder for the Dominican Republic did not make contact with the ball. Looked like he had a hard time reading it, and that's going to be a 2-out triple for Puerto Rico. I think that wind is playing games with the outfielders out there, especially in center field. That's the third gaff we've seen out there today, and there were 2 other plays that they had to fight the elements to record what should have been easy outs. First pitch on the way, a sawed off foul. It's 0-1. We're only in the third inning. 4-0 your score. The 0-1. Kicks and fires inside. Pitch on the way, busts him inside, sinker misses. 2-1. So a 2-1 count, runner at third. Here's the pitch. Swing, pops it up. High into right field. Drifting over. Making the running catch, fighting that wind one more time, but Castro comes down with it. That's Brito comes down with it, and that'll end the inning. We'll be back in a flash. 4-0 your score. Bottom of the third we go here in the Caribbean Series.
We are all familiar with MLB team logos, but did you know there is more to some of them than meets the eye? The Brewers blue and yellow glove contains the M for Milwaukee in the webbing of the mitt and the B for Brewers in the palm and thumb. One of my favorites is the Expos because it has so many meanings. First, it's a giant cursive M for Montreal. Then it's ELB for Expos League Baseball. Most people know that the Padres logo contains the S and the D for San Diego, but did you also know the 2 letters combine to form the P in Padres in the middle? How many of you noticed that the Twins logo underlines the word win in Twins? The mystery behind the Orioles logo is the cartoon bird's mouth. Is it open or closed? The Arizona Diamondback logo contains the head of a snake inside the A, which you can easily miss if you aren't looking for it. The Mets logo contains the skyline of New York with the Empire State Building in the center. But did you know that the color scheme was chosen as an allegiance to the teams that played in New York prior to heading out west? Orange for the Giants and blue for the Dodgers.
Gold Glove awards for catchers are often based on their arms, and Ivan Rodriguez has 13 of them.
Got a force like Pudge behind the plate that's invaluable because your pitching staff basically doesn't have to worry about anybody stealing a base.
Pudge Rodriguez's arm by far was one of the best I've ever seen, and he basically just shut down the running game on other teams.
There he goes. Rodriguez in plenty of time.
He just made you very uneasy on every base that you were on. He could pick you off if you gave him an opportunity.
They got him.
Pudge also has more hits, doubles, extra base hits, total bases, and runs scored than any catcher in history.
It's a triple for Pudge Rodriguez.
He stayed inside the baseball very well. He could drive the ball to right field.
Has a chance to be fair, and it is.
He could hit the ball down the left field line just as easy, and he could hit it over the wall just as easy.
Out of here! Home run, Pudge Rodriguez.
He was an aggressive hitter with power. It was a very rare combination to have a guy that was that good defensively and an offensive force.
A 3-run bomb, and the man that carried this team on his back has done it again.
Welcome back. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Dominican Republic as they come to the plate here in the bottom of the third. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for Puerto Rico. As LeBron goes back to work, righty-righty matchup, first pitch on the way, down and away to the designated hitter Rodriguez. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Lifts it high into center field. Should be an easy F8 in your scorecard. It is. De La Cruz coming to the plate. First pitch on the way is in the dirt, bounces away. It's 1-0. What I was going to say is we've already experienced quite a bit of the 1-0 pitch. It just misses outside, fastball, 2-0. Last few years, we've already witnessed quite a bit of just bad production, specifically on the away games with the FanDuel. And that really started at the tail end of Bally, so it's really the same thing. It can't get better when nobody's in charge of it. I'm getting ready for a rough road with these. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, chops it foul, 2-2. When you're in charge of doing all the production and everything on these types of shows, sometimes I rely on them to be accurate with their counts and whatnot. I just don't know if I can do that. 2-2. Slider chops it foul. We'll do it one more time. Four nothing your score. Bottom of the third. Dominican Republic with the lead. The 2-2 pitch, swung on, pops it up. Can of corn over by first base. Second baseman will grab it. There on the play is Long. 2 down. Braves added Martin Perez to their rotation over the weekend. Left-handed journeyman. He's one of the, as the first pitch on the way is a swing and a miss. 1-1. He's one of the guys we've been going over on Braves Country today all off season. Him and Quintana, they're pretty much one and the same. And I like the idea of getting one because they've been durable over their career. They're not lights out. They're not going to absolutely just go out there and win you 15 games and make a push for the All-Star game type of starter. But they're a veteran that you can put out there. It's the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 1-2. You can put them out there and expect a good solid 5 innings, keep you in the game, and let the bullpen and the offense do the rest. And that's going to be important to have depth like that. I wouldn't mind seeing them add one more as the 1-2. Misses high and out of the zone, 2-2. And once again, Quintana is still out there on the free agent market. Marcelo Ozuna still has not signed with anybody. The 2-2. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Can of corn, who wants it? Shortstop underneath it. Lopez makes a catch, and that'll end the inning. So the first 1-2-3 inning for the Puerto Rico defense, and we'll be back in a flash. 4-0 your score. We go to the fourth here on the BCR.
Now you have to understand that in those days in the South, a lot of things were still taboo. Certain people were not to mix. So Benjamin and I had to meet in secret. Oh, we knew if any of the bigots in town found out about us, there'd be a terrible scandal. And then one day I had to make a decision. Benjamin invited me to our senior prom. I didn't know what to do. Should I go out with this boy I really cared for? Or should I bow to the pressures of an unjust society?
What did you do?
I walked into that gymnasium on Benjamin's arm. Heads turned, jaws dropped. I didn't care. I had followed my heart, and I've never regretted it.
Jan, it's terrible to think that the two of you were almost kept apart just because Benjamin was black.
Black? Benjamin wasn't black. I went to my senior prom with a Yankee.
George Brett, the best hitter in the American League.
Wow, that man was, out of doubt, best contact power hitter there was.
George Brett was a wizard with the bat. He used the entire field. He could hit the ball as hard as anybody.
Brett lines it for left field.
When we go to Kansas City, I was like, please don't pitch to this guy, because I don't feel like running all over the place. You know he was going to just tear that wall up.
When Brett finished his 21-year career with 1,119 extra base hits, he had more than any other third baseman.
Ran hard, played hard.
What a play by Brett.
His all-around hustle, it was contagious.
He's off for the races.
Because he led by example, it made us do the same thing.
I always felt comfortable. I didn't care who was pitching. I don't care how much success he had against me in the past, and just try to put myself in a position to do something special.
Brett was named the AL MVP in 1980 after flirting with the 400 mark late into September.
He knew how to play the game.
George Brett has his 3,000th hit.
He lived for the moment.
The Kansas City Royals are the 1985 World Champions.
4-0 your score. We go to the top of the fourth. Puerto Rico going to try to get back in this one. First pitch on the way is a punch bunt down the third base line, and the throw is wide of the mark, and that's going to be an infield single. Maybe that'll get Puerto Rico going here in the top of the fourth. Castro with the bunt single down the line. The infield was back and to the right. It wasn't a great bunt, but you don't need a great bunt when the defense is out of place by that much. Romero, by the way, is at 46 pitches as we enter the inning. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for Puerto Rico. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Dominican Republic as the first pitch on the way is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup, Rivera standing at the plate. 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. A 1-1 count. Misses high. 2-1. John, I wonder what your thoughts are of Joe Brady becoming the head coach of Buffalo. The 2-1 pitch. Pops it back foul. 2-2. Two-two count. Flips it over to first. Quick throw over there. Back in plenty of time. As Castro leaning a little bit, but not a huge lead. Four nothing your score, top of the fourth. Here's the pitch. Swing, chops it over towards third, off the glove, and he'll corral it, fire it to first. It'll be a 5-3 put out, but the runner at first, Castro, makes it down to second. There will be no error on the plate because you cannot assume the double play. That's definitely one that I think Hernandez will tell you he should have had. So 5-3 on the out. Hernandez to Adames. And there's one away with the runner in scoring position. Puerto Rico trying to crack onto the scoreboard, put a little pressure on the DR's bullpen. First pitch swinging, and he'll dribble it over towards first. It's going to be a 3-1 put out as Romero's covering the bag. Good defensive play there, and there's quickly 2 down. Bad decision there by Long to swing at the first pitch coming inside. I mean, that you're trying to get back into this game. Ambushing normally isn't the way to do it. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way for Romero is a P at the knee, sinker at the out of the zone. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Misses high and out of the zone. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Misses high, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Fouls it straight back. 2-2. James, if you email me, I'll send you my address. The 2-2. Swing, chops it over towards short. Should be an easy play. It is 6-3, and that'll end the inning. So Puerto Rico, once again, with the runner in scoring position, but can't get the big hit to get him through. We'll be back in a flash. 4-0 your score. Bottom of the fourth we go. The DR grabs the bats.
Mom says we don't listen. Fake news. Just this morning, I heard her open the fridge all the way from the backyard.
I'm here to discuss my time zone bias. I feel like EST is the only real U.S. time zone. I really don't respect the other ones. The only U.S. time zones I even acknowledge are EST, Central, and Pacific. This is a mainland discussion. I remember growing up watching TV, they would always say, tune in to this show every Monday night at 8/7 Central. What the hell is 8/7 Central? And in my head, I'm like, why not just give the Central Time people their own commercial? I don't want to share a commercial with them. Pacific Time pisses me off the most because I feel like they think they can sit with Eastern Standard Time. Who the hell does California think it is? But anyway, to all the people who live in the lesser time zones, how does it feel knowing that you're always behind me?
Not stabbing someone when you really want to is a sign of successful adulting.
Okay now. For those uninitiated, this isn't the iconic moment we're talking about. Don't worry, we'll get there. But to truly appreciate it, let's rewind it back a bit.
It's my last season. in San Diego, and I'm going to be the top free agent on the market.
I realized after he came out that his intent was to hurt me, and I was going to take the position if anybody ever came to the mound again, then I was going to be the aggressor.
Welcome to Arlington Stadium for Game 3 of this 4-game series between the Sox and the Texas Rangers.
The White Sox were actually in the American League West at that time. Had Bo Jackson, and the Rangers had these battles with these guys. And so this one night, the White Sox said, if Nolan hits anybody tonight, whoever it is, you're going to go to the mound.
Braves Country Radio, the classic call, radio baseball. Welcome home to your modern-day superstation, the BCR, Braves Country Baseball. 4-0 your score, and Puerto Rico will go back to work on the mound, try to keep Dominican Republic right there. First pitch on the way is a slider at the knees, righty-lefty matchup. It's 0-1. Baker's on, the right-hander for Puerto Rico. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, slider down and in. It's 0-2. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for Puerto Rico. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Dominican Republic. The 0-2 swing, fouls it off. Do it one more time. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Tomorrow's game will be 8 p.m. We did that to bring you. We're trying to do a mix of both day and night games in this series. And everybody works strange times. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Pulled the string on that one. Good pitch by Baker to get the inning going. Looks like the wind's really picked up and it is blowing out to left center field. I'm going to take a wild guess and say around 15, maybe even 20 miles an hour. I mean, it is really picked up. Huge flag out there. Huge flag of Mexico out there in left center field is really starting to whip. First pitch on the way is off the plate wide to Nunez, the leadoff hitter for the DR. It's 1-0. You got the World Baseball Classic coming on March 5th. We'll do all that for you. March 5th through the 17th right here on the BCR. That pitch missed high and out of the zone. It's 2-0. The 2-0 swing and a miss. 2-1. I think the first game for the United States there that week is a Friday night, which I believe is the 6th of March. And I believe that is against Brazil. As the 1-1 pitch is right there for a strike, taken all the way 1-2. Or, excuse me, 2-2. Yeah, right on the screen. The 2-2 in the dirt, ball 3, 3-2. Well, we're doing other games than just the United States games, but we're going to try to bring you all of the games by the United States. They're going to be on several different networks ran by the Fox Sports Company as the payoff pitch, chops and foul. So if you want to follow along with video and whatnot, it'll be on, depending on the game, you're talking about Fox, FS1, FS2, that type of stuff. I think there's even a fourth. I think most of the U.S. games are going to be on Fox and FS1. The payoff pitch, inside, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Leadoff hitter Nunez works his way aboard one more time. Now 1 for 2 on the day with the walk, and that'll bring Gonzalez to the plate. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Swing, chops it up the middle, backhanded, and stepping on the bag at second. He'll turn 2. Long to Morales on a 4-3 double play, and that'll end the inning. 4-0 your score. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR.
What did the moose say when he left the gay bar? Man, I blew like $50 in there.
Oh my God.
Who are you supposed to be?
Barbie. Can't you tell? Take my nipples down so my boobies are smooth.
Well, can the Braves magic strike again this evening against Johnny Ruffin?
If they get back into this ball game tonight, it's going to be with the 1994 Braves. Chipper Jones is going to hit. Ryan Klesko's on deck.
He's a shortstop with range, power, but he's such a great athlete. They already have Blauser. He can play anywhere. He might play some second, third, center field next year. There's Fred McGriff over at first base, and Mr. Gant isn't too bad in left field either.
No. Ripped by Klesko, back. Gone! Well, if the 93 Braves aren't enough, here come the 94 Braves. Klesko's second home run of the year, and it's a 6-4 game. You gotta be kidding me.
There's talent through and through in this organization. Look at this swing.
We'll try Dibble. Heat against heat. There's Gant's numbers against Rob Dibble. But that's against the Rob Dibble from 90, 91, and 92. Not necessarily the Dibble from 93. Ripped to left. This is going to go to the corner. It's over the fence. It's gone. It's gone. The Braves win. They win it. I don't believe it.
Join the country club today. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today. Welcome back. We head to the fifth inning, top of the fifth. Dominican Republic leads Puerto Rico 4-0. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for Puerto Rico. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Dominican Republic. Hazy, sunny sky here in Mexico. First pitch on the way to start off the inning. Lefty-righty, Romero back to work. Fires the first pitch high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. He's at 57 pitches, so we'll see how long he'll go in this game. As the 1-0 misses outside wide. 2-0. 2-0 count. Christian Vasquez, the batter. Pitch swung on, belted down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone. That ball was crushed. But is it a fair ball? It will. I guess they're going to say that went foul. It goes out of the line of sight for the camera crew. Man, he absolutely smoked that one. Vasquez, you probably remember him most as a Boston Red Sox. As the 2-1 pitch is swung on, pops it up high in the sky, and can of corn, shallow infield, coming in, making the running catch is Adames. 1 away. Top of the fifth. 1 down. Puerto Rico trying to climb back into this one. First pitch swinging. That ain't going to get it done. Easy, lazy fly ball out to center field. F8 in your scorecard. Vargas is now 0 for 2 with those 2 errors. Two down, Romero at 61 pitches. First pitch on the way is right there on the up top outer half. It's 0-1. Lefty-righty, Baracho, the leadoff man for Puerto Rico at the plate. The 0-1 pitch. Sinker misses outside wide, 1-1. Shadows are starting to creep across home plate So you've got the shadow just out in front of home plate, the pitcher in the sun. 1-1. Misses wide, ball 2-2. The 2-1 count. Misses high, 3-1. Here's the pitch, and gets a wide strike, full count. Trying to work his way aboard is Aracho. You got a full count, 2 down, top of the 5th inning. The payoff pitch, swing, chops it over to second. It's going to be an easy 4-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. It's 4-0, the Dominican Republic. They'll grab the sticks when we return.
Okay, so you guys keep asking me, what was it about my wife that attracted me the most? I fell in love the moment she told me that she was bi.
I'm bi. You wrong. I never said that to you.
Of course, I found out later she meant polar. Oh, it's a condition! It's a condition!
Number 2.
Lawrence Peter Berra, known to everyone as Yogi.
Yogi was quite a character off the field, and he wasn't much different behind the plate.
He'd ask you how you doing. Did you go to the movie last night or whatever? He loved Ted Williams.
Oh, yeah, he made Ted Williams mad. Would you just shut up, Yogi? I want to concentrate. But he tried to talk to everybody.
Best remembered today for his wits and wisdom, Berra was one of the best to ever play the game, a model of durability.
He caught so many ball games every season. There were day games after night games routinely. He caught doubleheaders.
What more could you ask for in Yogi Berra, the Yanks' indestructible catcher?
A 3-time MVP, Yogi was quite a hitter. Pitchers simply couldn't get the ball by him.
And Yogi slams the ball into the right field stands.
I can't imagine anybody swinging at some of the pitches that he swung at. He hit him right on the button.
The ball could be on the ground. The ball could be 2 feet over his head, foot off the plate, way inside.
A lot of people ask me, how come he hits so many bats? To me, they look good.
And it's another homer over the right center wall. It's 10 runs batted in for Yogi.
It's not just the number of home runs, RBIs, and his batting average. What was really important was the fact that he was the catcher on so many pennant-winning teams and World Series-winning teams.
And the Yankees are champions. And look at Berra, piggyback riding Bob Cavalla.
He played in 14 World Series out of 17 years. And then the next year, he managed the Yankees and got them to the World Series again.
With a ring for every finger, Yogi is the game's winningest player.
Why would anyone do drugs when they could just mow a lawn?
Welcome back. 4-0 your score. We go to the bottom of the 5th, Dominican Republic. Will take their turns at the sticks. They lead at 4-0. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the DR, Puerto Rico. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. Statement from the Atlanta Braves about a half hour ago. I'll read it off for you real quick. The first pitch on the way is a slider fouled off wide. Baker fires it in there. Against Brito, it's 0-1. We were just talking about this. While disappointed in the development that we have been actively preparing for this outcome and are well on our ways towards launching a new era in Braves broadcasting, is the pitch right there for a strike, curveball, it's 0-2. The 0-2 count. Swing, fouls that one back. We want to assure you that our fans will be ready for the 2026 season, and all of Atlanta Braves games will be broadcast across the entirety of Braves country. We look forward to that. Basically, it's a big nothing burger that they gave everybody. Just trying to get them to cool their jets. The 0-2 pitch swung on, chopped over towards third in the infield shift. It's going to be a 5-3 put out, 1 away. Basically, it's coach speak for, we know it's an issue. We don't have an answer. We don't know what the answer is. And we're not going to tell you what the answer is right now. But we'll be good to go come opening day. I just wonder what's going to happen with the with the broadcast games of spring training. Are they going to be able to get their act together in time for that? Because I have not seen a single game that has been reported as being broadcast by the Braves yet, and we're less than 2 weeks away from it. A little over 2 weeks away from the first game. First pitch on the way is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0, and I've seen it all because I've been looking on all the broadcast outlets to see who has released their broadcasting. The only ones that I have seen so far have been from the Baltimore Orioles. Is the 2-0 pitch, swing and miss, 2-1. And that's why you see that on the second Saturday of spring training, we're going to bring you Braves-Orioles because I know that game's being televised, but I have not seen anything else. I think a lot of it has to do is the 2-1 pitch right there for a strike, 2-2. A lot of it has to do with the fact that so many teams are locked up in this FanDuel nonsense that it's really handicapping. The 2-2 in the dirt, ball 3, 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch from Baker, inside, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Well, that's what happens when you fat finger something. Here we go. Runner down to first, 1 out. Righty-lefty matchup. The shadows are creeping across the plate. I am going to a game, Uncle Charlie. That's what we decided to do as opposed to go to the Braves Fest when that got canceled. We're waiting for hopefully the money to get refunded, and then we're going to transition that to going to a spring training game. But I'm going to make sure that A, it's a home game, and B, it's one that's not being broadcasted. Which at this rate could be all of them. Christian Adames. Swings at the 1-1 pitch and saws it off foul. 95 miles an hour. Baker, definitely with the best stuff of any pitcher that's came in the game so far. Each team has a roster of 30 for this Caribbean Series. Is the 1-2 is outside wide, 2-2. So there's plenty of bullpen pitching depth on both sides. Originally, this was to take place in the middle of January, but because of the move, I actually think they picked a much better time frame to do it. They should think about doing it every year at this time because it's the 2-2. Swing, lifts it down the left field line, drifting back on the track, banging off the wall. That's going to get down for extra bases. Here comes the runner around third. He'll score, and it's 5-0 DR. On top of Puerto Rico, another difficult defensive play out there, this time for Cordero in left field. DR has taken a 5-0 lead. RBI double. Hard hit ball, and as he collided into the wall, the ball came out of his glove, so there won't be an error on that, or at least there shouldn't be. Yeah, they did not give him an error. It was an RBI double. Difficult play out there in left. I was stunned. I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but last night, Eugenio Suarez signed a 1-year, $15 million deal to go back to Cincinnati. There's a mutual option for 27. Those never end up working out. Either the team thinks they're paying you too much, or the player thinks they're not getting paid enough, and so it's a 1-year deal for $15 million. And when you talk about the fact that this game and the money that is spent in this game is the 0-1 pitch, misses high and out of the zone, one of them. A guy that hit 49 home runs last year goes to Cincinnati for $15 million. I mean, I'm just stunned. Something's missing in the equation of why he basically got blackballed. Is the 1-1 pitch, foul back. I've never heard anything bad on this kid, Eugenio Suarez. Remember, he came over from Arizona to Seattle and helped catapult them all the way to the ALCS. Man, for $15 million, the Braves should have been taking a swat at him to play DH. The 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Good slider off the edge, 2 down. I figured we're paying Mike Yastrzemski, who's nowhere near the offensive threat, $11 for the next 2 years. 2 years, $22 million, or $23 million deal. But regardless, I mean, you're talking about being in that neighborhood. Might as well have taken a swat at Eugenio Suarez. Heck, I'd have signed him anyways and see if you could move Yastrzemski. And remember, Suarez can play third base and first base, so he could have given Olsen and Riley days off. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt, 1 away. Congratulations, Robert. Getting accepted to Georgia. 1-1 swing, fouls it straight back, 1-2. The 1-2 count, wind blowing out to center field. Still at a pretty good clip, we'll say about 10 to 15 miles an hour, so pushing the ball out. The DR leads Puerto Rico 5-0. We're here in the bottom of the 5th. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. But not before the DR puts one more on the board. Dominican Republic 5, Puerto Rico 0. Puerto Rico grabs the bats when we return.
This woman is going viral all because of the way that she treated a father and his young daughter at the airport one day. Someone witnessed the incident, posted a photo of her on social media, and within hours she was identified as Debbie, the founder and CFO of a company called Norwex. This is at the airport in Omaha at the ticket counter. Just behind her, a guy who was traveling with his small daughter, and when him and his daughter went to check in for their flight, the ticket agent asked him how old his daughter was. He says she's 2, and she says, well, where's her ticket? When he bought the flight, she was under 2, and he thought she would fly for free. So the agent says, well, your daughter needs a ticket. He asked how much, and she told him, and he said, I can't do that. So he steps aside. Debbie happened to be standing behind him, heard the whole thing. She stepped up to the counter and said, I'm buying that girl a ticket. And the agent says, well, did you hear how much the ticket was? And she says, $7.49. Done. Here's my card. And Debbie bought the girl's ticket. The father and the daughter were able to get on the flight, all because of Debbie's kindness and generosity. The story went viral, and people that work for her said that this is just the way that Debbie is. She's so generous, and she doesn't want any credit or recognition for her deeds. Shout out to Debbie.
So there was a bounty on Nolan's head. If you get hit by Nolan and you don't charge the mound, it's going to cost you $500. Ventura happened to be the first one that day to get hit.
When Robin Ventura went out there, I just thought he wasn't quite serious. He wasn't fully committed.
Most guys who charge the mound, if you had a microphone on them, you could hear them say, grab me catcher, I don't want to get out there.
It's like, get him, Dad, get him. But then I was also thinking, I'm never going to get a date. People were already intimidated by my dad being Nolan Ryan, and now I thought, great, nobody's going to ask me out.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And then Robin get kicked out, but Nolan didn't. That was even better.
So Ventura definitely has been ejected.
Top of the sixth we go. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for Puerto Rico. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Dominican Republic. Puerto Rico trying to get up on the board here in the top of the sixth. We'll have the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up as we get a new pitcher for the DR, and the first pitch on the way. It swung on, popped up, high in the sky. That ball's going to drop for a base hit, and coming back to first base, almost getting tagged on the back end of that play, but he will be safe as Morales. He's now 2 for 3 on the day, and Puerto Rico's got something cooking. That wind's playing havoc on everybody. Look, it's turned into more of a swirling wind, and it was popped up. And you think the ball's going to get pushed back to you, and it just dropped. Lake was out there playing pretty deep and got a bad jump. Here's the first pitch swinging. That ball gets swatted to left field. That's down for a base hit. And Puerto Rico's got first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the sixth. So 2 pitches from Frias. Luis Frias. And he's given up 2 base hits. That'll end Romero's day. He's went 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk. 67 pitches in total, no strikeouts. And righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. Outside wide to Castro. It's 1-0. Castro walked and then dropped a bunt single his last time up. 1-0. High and out of the zone. Ball 2-2. Two-0 count. Right down the pipe, looked like the strike, did not get the call. Ball 3-3-0. The 3-0. Misses high, ball 4, so he'll head on down to first. And with that being said, you got the bases loaded, nobody out. Ducks all over the pond. Puerto Rico with 1 swing could get right back into this one. 2 pitches, 2 singles, and then a 4-pitch walk. And Frias might be hitting the showers. They're going to go have a quick conversation on the mound, and now they will leave him in. I thought maybe they were going to pull him out. Normally don't see everybody come to the mound like that in a situation like this, but they may be going over different defensive lineups. Berra coming to the plate, who was lined out to right his first time up and grounded out to third his second time up. Dominican Republic will play back and play for the double play. Will easily trade a run for an out, especially if they can get 2. Wind continues to whip that big flag of Mexico back behind the left center field wall, just to the left of the batter's eye. Here we go. Righty-righty matchup. Berra digging in. Here's the pitch. Down below the knees. Tried to get him to chase the 87-mile-an-hour slider. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Misses high, ball 2-2. The 2-0 count. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Here's the pitch. Just gets the bottom of the zone for a strike, 2-1. There's a trade coming in as the Mariners are about to grab Brendan Donovan. This has to be a result of the signing by Suarez. They were still in on the Suarez sweepstakes as the pitch on the way is bounced in the dirt, 3-1. I think Suarez was looking to go to a more hitter-friendly partner. He did not have great numbers in Seattle, so I understood why he didn't sign with Seattle. But the idea that the Reds got him for as cheap as they did, I mean, that is going to be a steal. Even if the Reds were to somehow not compete this year, which I think they will, that's going to be a heck of a piece to trade at the deadline. So it looks like Brendan Donovan, super utility man, is going to be heading from St. Louis to Seattle. Here's the pitch, swing, chops it foul. In between home and third. And it's a full count now with the bases loaded. Payoff pitch. Frias comes set, brings it. Swing, chops it through, down to second. Juggling, bumbling, stumbling. That's going to be an E6. Everybody's safe. And the run comes home. And Puerto Rico is on the board. Bases still loaded and still nobody out. Hard chopper over to short, and as opposed to charging it, tried to play the in-between hop, got handcuffed, could not get a hold of it, and Gonzalez will be charged with the error. And Frias goes back to work. First pitch on the way. Four-seam fastball. Swung on and fouled back out of play. It's over. 5-1 your score. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing, chops it. Over to second. It's going to be a 4-6-3 double play. But on the play, a run will come home. And it's 5-2. Your score. That's the good news for Puerto Rico. The bad news, you get two runners off the base. You do have a runner at third now with two outs. So a single, a wild pitch, an error, anything could turn this into a two-run game. We're only here in the sixth inning. First pitch on the way is a 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Frias. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires, high and out of the zone. Four-seam fastball, 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way, down and in, slider. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, slider in the dirt. Ball 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Frias comes set, kicks and fires. Swing! That ball's ripped over to the left side, and that ball's through for a base hit. One run will score. It is 5-3, and we've got ourselves a brand new ball game. Hard rip to the left side in between the 5-6 hole. Diving attempt there on the left side by Hernandez, and it got past him and the glove of Gonzalez as he was trying to get over there in time to backhand it. I think even if he gets to it, he's going to have such a long throw, there's no way he's going to get the base runner at first with good speed. So 5-3 your score now, top of the 6, 2 outs. It looks like we're going to get another pitching change, so we'll take that break with them. We'll be back in a flash. 5-3 your score, 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Runner at first, 2 outs. 5-3 your score, top of the 6th. Dominican Republic leads Puerto Rico. Here's the first pitch on the way, down and in, 4-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour. This is for a ball, it's 1-0. Christian Vasquez at the plate for Puerto Rico. He represents the tying run. One swing could tie us all up. Dominican Republic had dominated this game until this inning. 2 quick singles and a 4-pitch walk opened the floodgates. Here's the 1-0. Slider right there at the knees. 1-1 count. Looking back, the runner. And They're going to call a balk. So they'll get the runner into scoring position, Puerto Rico will. Now a single could cut this to a one-run game. Yeah, that was definitely you can't disengage and not throw the ball, which is what he did. 1-1. Inside, ball 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, nasty curve, 2-1. 5-3 your score, 2-2 count, 2 outs. Fires it over to the plate. Swung on, chopped over to second, and that's going to be an easy 4-3. That'll end the inning, but not before Puerto Rico gets back in it. They put 3 on the board. It's 5-3. The DR will grab the bats when we return.
What is the first thing that we do when we arrive at work? Hide. Hide? Yep. Why? Because good workers are hard to find.
Dad.
Yep.
This is a play on words video, you know, like connections. So, how many Thompson twins were there?
3.
How many Minnesota twins are there?
I don't know. Full roster's 40, shorts 26, I think.
Who's saying Eye of the Tiger?
Survivor.
And then Mr. Mister's most famous song is?
Broken Wings.
And then Wings was the band for what singer?
Paul McCartney.
And Paul McCartney did a song with Michael Jackson, and what was it?
Say, Say, Say.
And what one word did Lionel Richie say in the 80s that hit number 1?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Slow.
Right. Hello what?
No, the answer to your question is, do you even know the answer to the question you're asking?
It's time for number 5.
I love watching Manny. I think he's one of the best hitters that's ever lived. What strikes me is his demeanor at the plate, how he can just focus and relax. It looks like he's just playing in his backyard with his kids or something. You're in the middle of a stadium filled with 50,000 people, and yet he looks so relaxed and so calm.
He's just got the greatest bat in the world. You think you can throw him away, and he slaps the ball the other way.
Number 500 for Manny Ramirez.
Something he does best in October.
Manny Ramirez lost it into the seats.
Of all the players in the modern era, there's very few that have been to as many postseasons as had Manny.
I took this to another level.
A whole new level. 29 postseason home run.
You always had the feeling if the best relief pitcher is in for that team, if anybody could hit that guy, it would be Manny Ramirez.
3-run walk-off home run. Now Manny drives one deep and far to left center, up by the light towers, and gone.
He had so many big hits, and he was so difficult to pitch to. He was the most devastating right-handed hitter I've seen, and he did it year in and year out.
Doesn't matter what side you are on politics, he's getting rid of the paper straws. Your paper straws.
Welcome back. 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Dominican Republic. 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Puerto Rican national team. Dominican Republic coming back to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup to start us off as the shadows are now halfway between home and the pitcher's mound. First pitch on the way. Kicks and fires. Inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Franchi Cordero, the batter. 0 for 2 on the day. Pitch on the way. Swing. Chops it foul back behind the plate. It's 1-1. Swing, slaps it back, foul. It's 1-2. 1-2 count. Turns and burns. Swing. Chops it over towards second. That'll be a 4-3 put out. One away. Good play over there by Long to Morales. One up, one down. And back to work for Marrero is they're calling that the fastball, 86 miles an hour off the plate wide. It's 1-0. Looked more like a splitter that didn't split. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Nasty pitch. There's the splitter. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Really keeping them off balance. Is the 1-2 from Marrero, his 8th pitch of the inning. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the nasty slider in the dirt. Down around the ankles in. 2 down. So 2 down and back to the top of the order. As Nunez grabs the bat, takes the first pitch high and out of the zone, 95 miles an hour. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Sinker way outside wide. Called for a strike. 1-1. One count. Kicks and fires. 95, blew it right by him. 1-2. The 1-2 in the dirt. Good take there. Ball 2, 2-2. Dominican Republic 5, Puerto Rico 3. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. A 1-2-3 inning, just what the doctor ordered for the Puerto Rican national team. They'll be back in a flash. They'll grab the bats, trailing by only 2. This game is far from over.
Today we are talking about one of the most underrated players in baseball history. Today we discuss the Hall of Fame case for Bobby Abreu. He is the only player in history to record at least 75 extra base hits, 100 RBIs, 125 walks, and 40 stolen bases in a single season, which he accomplished in 2004. Over the course of his career, which spanned 1996 to 2014, only Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez, and Chipper Jones reached base more than Abreu. He led the majors with 1,396 walks from 1998 to 2014, and he ranks 20th on the all-time list with 1,476 walks. He had 9 seasons with at least 60 extra base hits and at least 20 stolen bases. No one else has done it more often, and the only player with 8 such seasons is Barry Bonds. He is one of only 7 players in the modern era with at least 900 extra base hits and 400 steals. Aside from Abreu, the only other one of those players who is not in the Hall of Fame is Barry Bonds. He hit more than twice as many home runs as Gwynn and topped him in on-base percentage by several percentage points. He has a better career on-base percentage and slugging percentage than Ichiro. Out of the 27 right fielders currently in the Hall of Fame, Abreu ranks in the top 10 in on-base percentage, walks, stolen bases, extra base hits, and doubles. His 60.2 WAR is better than Vladimir Guerrero and Ichiro. His 7 seasons with at least a 5.0 WAR are more than Jeter, Ichiro, Biggio, and Gwynn. In his 18-year career, he finished with an on-base percentage over 400 8 times. He drew 100 or more walks 8 times, hit 40 or more doubles 7 times, and stole 25 or more bases 9 times. During his 8 years with the Phillies, he averaged 23 home runs, 94 RBIs, 29 stolen bases, a .305 batting average, a .415 on-base percentage, and a .141 OPS+. Even though he didn't reach the 3,000 hit threshold, this is just a testament to how much he walked. Overall, he reached base 3,973 times, which is more than Tony Gwynn, despite Gwynn having almost 700 more hits than Abreu over his career. Personally, I think there is no question Bobby Abreu needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Don't believe me? Let me hear your opinion in the comments.
I just met someone whose name was Hanna, and I said, "Oh, Hannah," and she said, "No, Hannah." I'm hanging on by a thread, people. I cannot do this.
Welcome back. Five to 3 your score. Dominican Republic 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Puerto Rico 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. So we head to the top of the 7th inning. First pitch on the way, swung on, foul back out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, chops it foul. 1-2. No 2 count. Time is called real quick. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. One away. New pitcher for the Dominican Republic, Jan, jumped up and down as he struck the guy out, slapped the mound 2 times, and did a double punchy. You got to stare back from the batters headed back to the dugout. First pitch on the way is down and in, 97-mile-an-hour strike. It's 1-0. Only thing I'll say to that is turnabout's fair game. If he gets a base hit on you, he ought to be able to give you the what for too when he gets to the base. He really wants to amp it up. If you walk him, gyrate and showboat him. 1-0 count. You're only going to get that from relievers too. Starting pitchers are way too smart to waste that kind of energy on jumping up and down. The 2-0 pitch, outside wide, ball 3-3. I'll tell you something else. He's going to, and look, I know he's young, he's in shape and whatnot. You jump up and you come down and you tear your ACL, kind of like what Edwin Diaz did a couple years ago in the WBC. Your club's not going to be too happy with him. The 3-0 right there for a strike on the outer edge, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch, right there for a strike, 3-2. Full count, and Jan steps off the mound looking, I don't know what he's looking for. Maybe he's looking for the rosin bag or what, but he is definitely lost. payoff pitch. Swing, chops it up the middle. That's going to be a easy 6-3 put out. 2 down. Two up, 2 down, and a 2-run game as we're here in the top of the 7th inning. First pitch, swing, rips it to left field, and that's down for a base hit. And the tying run will come to the plate. Good hard hit balls. He left that ball way out in front. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Swing, rips that into right field. That's down for a base hit. So 2 on and 2 out. And Puerto Rico, once again, has something cooking. First pitch on the way to Ruben Castro. Down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. In the dirt. Ball 2, 2-0. Two-0 count. Pitch misses high, four-seam fastball. So good patient at bat here, and 1 pitch away from loading the bases. The 3-0 pitch. Looking over his shoulder. Here we go. Inside, ball 4. So after all that jumping up and down and gyrating on the first 2 outs, he's now loaded the bases up. 2 quick base hits and a 4-pitch walk. And Jan has painted himself into a corner. Now set to face Rivera, and a single could tie this game. Looks like they're just going to have a powwow on the mound. Thought maybe they were going to pull the youngster. Wanted to see if someone would give him the business after giving up that 4-pitch walk. They're going to leave him in. Bases are juiced. There are 2 outs. Lefty-righty matchup, bases loaded. As the Shadows cross across the mound. Here's the first pitch. High and out of the zone, it's 1-0. 5-3 your score. The DR leads Puerto Rico. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Pitch on the way, inside, got a very friendly strike. 1-1. Rivera did not like the call. He is letting the umpire know about it. Can't say I blame him. That was a dicey strike at best. The 1-1, swing and a miss, chase one off the plate. 1-2, so that really changed the at-bat here. The 1-2. Jan turns and burns it. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. F8 in your scorecard, and that'll end the inning. So they put a thread on the board. We'll head to the 7th inning stretch. It's 5-3. And Jan is jumping up and down like he did something. He almost blew the lead. We'll be back in a fly. Welcome back. Bottom of the 7th we go in a 5-3 game. Dominican Republic going to grab the bats as they lead by 2. Five runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Dominican Republic. 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Puerto Rico. First pitch on the way is a strike down the pipe. It's 0-1. Gelman, the right-hander. Fires the pitch down and away, 1-1. Robert Gelman. Might remember him from the New York Mets. Played there from 2016 to 2021 out of their bullpen. Also with the Cubs in 2022. 1-1. Outside wide. 2-0. Had a career ERA of 4.7. The 2-1 count to Gonzalez. Inside. 3-0. Three-one count. The DR leads Puerto Rico by 2. Bottom of the 7th, nobody out. 3-1 pitch, swing, rips it up the middle. It's going to be an easy 4-3 put out as they had the shift on. 1 away. One up, one down. Those shadows are just about to hit the pitcher's mound. Righty-lefty matchup. Brito, New York Yankee, stands in. First pitch on the way. It's inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Pitch inside, misses. Two and 2-0 count. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Socrates Brito, 33-year-old from the Dominican Republic. He played a few years in the major leagues with Arizona from 2015 to 2018 and the Toronto Blue Jays in 2019. The 2-1 pitch swung on, lifted high into left field, and that's going to be a stumbling, bumbling. Ball's going to get down for extra bases into the gap, and it's going to be a one-out triple for the DR. Brito, who has since played in the KBO and was an all-star in the KBO in the 2022 and 2023 season. There's been some really bad defensive outfield play by the Puerto Rico national team all day long. That's not going to go down as an error, but 9 times out of 10, that's a caught ball in the major leagues. In AAA, in AA, in single A, they're catching that ball. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Curveball off the edge. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Nasty curveball, 1-2. 1-2 from Gelman. Swing, chops it foul. Bangs it towards the third base dugout. Rolling. Just past the camera well. We'll do it again. The 1-2 from Gelman. Brings it. Outside wide curveball misses 2-2. Two count. Trying to get that strikeout. Here's the pitch. Swing. Slaps it down the right field line. Just foul. The infield is pretty much playing in. I wouldn't say they're all the way in, but they're look to be a little more than halfway. You don't want to give up that third run, or that 3-run lead, excuse me. It's the 2-2 pitch. Taken all the way, curveball just off the plate. Full count now. Gelman could try to set up the double play with the walk. On deck is Adames. There's a right-hander warming up in the bullpen. The payoff pitch. Swing, slaps it foul. 95, tried to blow it right by him. We'll do it again. The payoff pitch. Caught looking strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. 92 at the knees. 2 away. Good pitch there on the outer edge. Lake did not like it. But it did look like it was definitely close enough to swing. Big out there by Puerto Rico. So 2 down now and a runner at third. They're going to have a quick chat on the mound to go over. I think this is more just going over what he wants to do here. Does he want to go after Adames or pitch around to get to Rodriguez? You got a left-hander coming to the plate. First pitch on the way is a curveball at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1 in the dirt. 1-0. One count. Gelman looking in. They're going to pitch him tight. Misses high and out of the zone. 2-1. 5-3 your score. DR leads Puerto Rico by 2. DR with the runner at second, but there are 2 out. The 2-1 pitch. In the dirt. Ball 3-1. So maybe just be pitching around Adames to get to Rodriguez, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Adames 2 for 3. Pitch outside, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. That'll bring up the batter. Right-handed stick of Rodriguez. First pitch on the way. It's outside wide. 1-0. Adelin Rodriguez trying to bring that third. Trying to make it a 3-run game, and he takes the 1-0 outside wide 2-0. All of a sudden, Gelman can't find the zone. 2-0 count. Bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Swing! Lifts it down the line, drifting just foul. Caught by a fan out there. He'll hand it to youngster sitting in front of him. I don't know, they gave it back to him. I guess he gave it to him, then took the souvenir back. The 2-1 count. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Deuces wild. 2 on, 2 out. A 2-2 count. The DR leading by 2. Wind up in the pitch. Swing. Dribbles it over to third. Going to be a tough play. 5-3. He'll make it, and that'll end the inning. So the Dominican Republic, they make a strong push here in the 7th, but can't get them across. We'll head to the 8th inning here on the BCR. It's 5-3. Puerto Rico grabs the bats when we return.
106 miles from Chicago. Got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
It's happy hour. When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? Yeah? Yeah, maybe. I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
When buying a beer, don't make this mistake. Buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Okay. Get it!
Now, dinner ready?
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is no.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Drink a beer. Salute.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. Pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
Oh, yeah. For me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission for God.
If you want to stop me, you're going to have to kill me!
Welcome back. Five to 3 your score. We head to the top of the 8th inning. Alex Colome is coming on for the DR. Right-hander. Man, is he already? He's 37 years old. I didn't realize he had gotten up that high. He's a long-time major league. We haven't seen him in a few years. Last time took a stop in for the White Sox in 2023. First pitch on the way is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Probably most famous as a Tampa Bay Ray from 2013 to 18. We also played with the Mariners for half a season, the White Sox for a couple of years, Minnesota and Colorado. 1-0 misses inside, ball 2-2. So 2-0 count. Shed Long, second baseman, trying to work his way aboard. The 2-0 pitch. Swing, chopper back to the mound, and Colome's got it. Flips it to first. One away. The Shadows have now gone across the pitcher's mound. That's not as much of an obstacle anymore. It is an obstacle when you're trying to call the game, because when they flash and they go half from the dark where the cameras are sitting out to the light, there's an adjustment period for their cameras that kind of blind you. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Four-seam fastball right there for a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Jack Lopez, the shortstop. 1 for 3 on the day. The other one. Swing and a miss. Nasty sinker. It's 0-2. Oh-2 count. Swing, chopper into the hole at the 5-6 spot. Throw from third base is going to be in the dirt, but a good backhanded snag by Adames over there. 2 down, 5-3 on the putout. I don't know if y'all saw it or not, but it's been shared quite a bit on social media that the city of Nashville turned away power trucks and workers to help them out with the storm prior to the storm, because they didn't want to pay the overtime and whatnot, and they've gotten buried up there. Several people without power. I saw a friend of mine has been out for 9 days. The 1-0 pitch swung on, ripped up the middle, and that's going to be a 6-3 one hopper. Good play, and that'll end the inning. And that went down quickly. 1-2-3. We'll be back in a flash. The Dominican Republic will grab the bats in a 5-3 game. They have the lead with 3 defensive outs to go.
Hey, why are hurricanes normally named after women?
Because we're the strong ones. Go women power.
No, because when they come, they're wet and wild. And when they go, they take your house and car.
Are you kidding?
Totally accurate.
No, just no. You're an idiot.
Dog? Not much, dog. What's up with you? I'm here to pick up Casey, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm awake and I speak English, so yeah, I do know what you're saying. What's your name, man? Skype, you know what I'm saying? Again, I do know what you're saying, but I appreciate you continuing to check in with me on that.
If you're building a team and you want to start with third baseman, Mike Schmidt is the guy that you want.
It is out of here, Michael Jack Schmidt.
In 1974, just his second full season in the majors, Schmidt led the league with 36 home runs. Baseball was witnessing the birth of a legend.
Long drive to left field. He buried it. Oh, what a drive by Schmidt. Unbelievable.
I think the man was hitting out of turn, you know? Every time I come in the pitch, he was like a third hitter up or something like that.
It is out of here, Michael Schmidt.
He was one of the guys where they would say Mike Schmidt and the Philadelphia Phillies. You know, it was like that. He was just that dominant a player.
Schmidt won an astonishing 8 home run titles, second only to Babe Ruth.
The career 500th home run for Michael Jack Schmidt.
For even though his power was prolific, his 10 gold gloves, the second most at his position, are what took him to another level.
Oh, what a play by Schmidt!
It's his numbers, his defense, his work ethic, and his unwavering focus that makes Michael Jack Schmidt the greatest third baseman of all time.
Did y'all really drink beer and smoke cigarettes in the locker room at halftime? What, they don't do that no more?
Welcome back. Five to 3 your score. Righty-lefty matchup to start us off. First pitch on the way is swung on and chopped foul. It's 0-1. Standing at the plate for the Dominican Republic, De La Cruz on the mound. Vela. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Nasty slider inside, 0-2. Vela kind of has a three-quarter type release. The 0-2 count. In the dirt, 1-2. Thankfully, I think the worst of the cold weather is behind us down here in the deep south. I'm not sure about everybody else, but we're supposed to get up to normal temperatures starting tomorrow. The 1-2 count. Outside wide, 2-2. De La Cruz on deck. Hernandez in the hole. The 2-2. Caught looking strike three. Punched him out on the inner track. One away. He did not like that call, and I can't say that I blame him. That was a little bit of a touch inside. Three runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Puerto Rico, 5-7-1 for the Dominican Republic. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss. The slider, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Oh, 2 count. Pops out of the glove, 1-2. Pitch on the way, 94-mile-an-hour fastball just misses the zone. 2-2. Nobody on, 1 out, a 2-2 count, 5-3 your score. We are leading Puerto Rico. The 2-2. Down and in, 3-2. The 3-2 count. Punched him out on in the inside pitch. Strike 3. Another questionable call there by Blue, but nonetheless 2 away. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss at they're calling that the fastball. Looked more like a two-seam at best, most likely the sinker to Marco Hernandez. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. 2 down as the shadows are completely across the infield. Inside, 1-1. One. Swing and a miss. Slider 1-2. Not much stats to call for Blaine Abeda, but he is in the minor league system of the Colorado Rockies right now, it appears. Previously with Baltimore. 6'3", 220. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. A little strange with that kind of size. He crouches down when he pitches the ball. You'd think he'd want to use that size to his advantage. We'll be back in a flash. Puerto Rico, one last shot. We go to the top of the 9th here on the BCR in the Caribbean Series.
Did you have one of these when you were a kid?
Nerf football, yes, of course. Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool because you could throw it in the house and, you wouldn't break things.
I could throw it, I could catch it, I could have been a contender with this.
Brings back a little memory. Remember the smell of this thing?
I kind of remember when these first came on the scene, like mid-'70s, late 70s or something like that. This was a big part of my childhood.
Nerf football, man, was I probably had 4 or 5 top toys in America. Nerf football should be number 1.
What a great invention, right?
NFL player invented the Nerf.
Come on. Who?
Fred Cox.
He invented the Nerf football.
The kicker? For the old Vikings kicker?
Number 2.
Number 41, the strong man of the Milwaukee Braves, Eddie Matthews.
That guy was strong.
Matthews mashes one that looks like it's never going to stop.
He impressed me when I saw him for first time. Wow, what a ball play.
Eddie Matthews drilled it hard to right.
Simply put, Eddie Matthews took the notion of a slugging third baseman to another level.
His power hitting was legendary. Before Matthews, the most home runs a third baseman ever hit was 192 by Al Rosen. Matthews hit 190 home runs by age 24.
The 12-time All-Star led the National League in home runs in 1953 and 59 as he blew by many of the great power hitters of the past.
Matthews, through age 30, was one of the top 3 or 4 sluggers in Major League history.
He had just a beautiful swing, maybe a perfect swing. It all led to all the home runs that he had. But when you think about the 512 home runs, you think about his bat, but he more than held his own with the glove.
When the Milwaukee Braves won their only World Series title in '57, Matthews' glove work was the clincher.
Matthews makes a miraculous backhanded stab of the ball, and the Milwaukee Braves are the new world champions.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. We are heading to the top of the 9th inning. Puerto Rico trails the Dominican Republic 5-3. 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Puerto Rico. The D-Arcs, 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Jimmy Cordero is set to try to close this one out. Here's the first pitch on the way. Fastball, 96 miles an hour off the plate. It's 1-0. 1-0. 97 mile an hour. Right there at the knees. 1-1. One count. Swing. Hits it into right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Turning and firing it into the infield to keep it to just a 1 base hit. Good defensive play out there by Lake. Puerto Rico's got one on and nobody out. Diaz with a good base rip to get it started. Good solid swing through the zone and just drilled it. Towards the 8-9 hole out into the outfield. Good hustle by Lake. Cutting it off at the pass. First pitch on the way, swing, chops it back, foul. It's 0-1. Yeah, I've never been to the new facility. When they first opened that, when the pandemic broke out. And we actually had plans to go to that until all that started in the spring of 2020 as the 0-1 pitch. Broken bat. Foul down the first base side, out of play. It's 0-2. And then, honestly, things have just snowballed. We've had one thing after another that has happened. We have not had a chance to go, so we're going to try to go this time. It used to be an annual pilgrimage for me and my wife. It was our first trip that we ever took together was going to a Braves spring training game. When we first started dating, I guess that was the spring of 2014, and we decided that it was going to become a yearly thing, and we did it for several years, but that was when it was in Orlando, which is right up the road from us. Now, it's a little more of a mission to get down there. The 0-2, swing and a miss, right there in his kitchen, strike three, good pitch there, up and in, high heat by Cordero, one away. Tying run will once again come to home plate. This time in the form of Morales. He is 3 for 4 with a triple and 2 singles. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch swinging. Bang! Right back to the wall. It's 0-1. And he was just on top of that. That ball, that's one of those ones I talk about all the time. If you see someone swing a bat and he goes straight to the backstop on the same plane, it means they just missed it. He just missed clocking that one. The 0-1 count. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2. Have we ever been to the I mean, if you've been to a Braves game, you've been to the battery. The battery sits right there. You literally have to walk through the battery to get to the game. The 0-2 down and away, 1-2. So 1-2 count. Righty-righty matchup. Runner at first, one out. 2-run game. The DR leads Puerto Rico 5-3. Here's the pitch. Swing! Slices it down the right field line. Foul. To eat at the battery? No. There's all kinds of restaurants here. You might need reservations to eat at a restaurant, but most of them are first come, first serve. Because you have several restaurants along with shops and everything, and that's the whole design, is a place to eat and get ready for the game. The 1-2 pitch swung on, chops it over towards short. It's going to be a tough play. Fires it over to first, tumbling past the first base line, and he's going to be called out. But I'll tell you what, not only does Morales think he beat it out, it looked like he beat it out. To the blind eye, now let's take a look at this again. Might be wrong. Man, that is close. They'd have to slow it down to be able to know for sure. That is really close. He might have just gotten him by an eyelash. Looks like he tripped over the back foot of the first baseman. They do want to challenge it, but they have yet to show a video that's slowed down. If you slow it down, I mean, it's going to be bang, bang. There is not... What draws your eye is the trip and the fall, but they've yet to bring up another angle, which I don't expect a ton of angles, considering this is a makeshift series. But big call here. Regardless, there's a runner at second with 2 outs, so he goes into scoring position, but the big run would be at first, which would be the tying run. And they're going to call him out. They've reviewed it, and they're going to call him out. They've yet to show the replay again. They just may be limited to what they can pull up. Because to give you an idea, Iron Lung, like the Battery has like pizza joints and burger joints, but they also have full-service dining restaurants, but I don't think you have to have reservations for many, if any, of those places. Because the idea is to keep people coming in and out, not slowing down the service. Runner at second, 2 outs. Here's the first pitch. Swing! That ball's ripped over to third. L5 in your scorecard, and that'll end the game. The DR wins. The DR wins. 5-3. The DR beats Puerto Rico. They'll go to 2-0. Puerto Rico go to 1-1 in this Caribbean series, and we'll see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, for, double check that, I believe it's Puerto Rico versus Mexico, but let me double check that real quick before we send you out of here. I do know it's an 8 o'clock game, and 8 o'clock tomorrow night, who do we have? We have Mexico versus Puerto Rico. That's what I thought. So we'll see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Should be a fun one. And y'all have a great rest of your night, and safe driving. And if you're at home, safe stumbling. We'll see you later.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.